Hi, I'm Andy.
Hi, I'm Leon.
And this is
Head Tales. How daughter's me. Do you know what?
Don't be looking up a skirt. I've got my socks on.
I don't care, I'm really sick.
Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
I felt like I just sneaked that straight in.
I know, it's just a bit
Sharp, wasn't it?
yeah, to the point.
Straight to the point. That's what today's going to be all about.
That's how we
Straight to
roll.
the point.
Yeah.
No grumpiness today.
No. I've had a good weekend. I've had a nice weekend. It's been quite fun.
You seem to have been very busy. I've seen on the your WhatsApp sending pictures and stuff like that. You've been fairly busy. Met a celebrity, didn't you?
I did. Oh, that was the best thing in the world, that. So, quite a funny story.
It's probably not going to be there.
No, probably not. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I'll just throw it out there. So, he went to football this weekend and went to Leeds. Went to this private school, and to make matters worse, we've been given his postcode, but then not an actual address of where we want to be. Now, a postcode could be anywhere on a street, can't it? Which, point proven, this is what it was. So I flew past the ground. It's like a big private school, and I thought, well, it can't be there because all I can see is like a big grand building. Obviously, behind it was where the football pitches were. So I shot up this hill, spun the car around, and I was a bit like, when you're a bit like, what's going on? So I came steaming back down this hill, and as I came steaming down the hill, these three runners run out in front of me. So I sort of slam on, into brake. And as I braked, I'm like, hey, that's Jonathan Brownlee. Ava's like, who? And I was like, Jonathan Brownlee! He's like, who? So I swung car to the side of the road, sliced him. Pretty much, swung car to sprung into the side of the road, stopped, left, took keys out of ignition, threw him to Ava, jumped out of the car, left her. Because I could see run to a car that was parked up, only 10 metres away from where I was, which was one of the reasons why I saw because I saw him come down, and I could see him heading for this car type of thing. I pulled to the side of it, run up to him and went, hey, Jonathan, can I have a photo, please? Pretty, please. I said, I know you're all sweaty, but can I get a photo of it? Of course you can, mate. I was like, here we go. Snapped. Loved it. I was like a little kid. The thing is, though, he must have thought, what is going on here? Because he must run around there all the time. And people just think, that's Jonathan Brownlee. We know him as a local celebrity. The idiot over here comes bounding over, about 80 stone in weight, going, all right, mate. Gonna get a photo.
Was the car he was trying to get into secure?
Yeah, pretty much. There was another kid with him as well. And I looked at him and thought...
So Alistair Brown?
No, it wasn't Alistair. Because I could see his coach. I recognised his coach. So his coach was there. But there was another kid with him who, obviously, the three had run. One of them, I don't know where he disappeared to, because three ran across the road in front of me. But they ran to the car where the coach was.
Maybe Ava had run him off.
Yeah, left her in car. But so the other kid, I looked at him and I thought, yeah, I don't know you ass. I'm not going to ask for a photo. But you're probably thinking, what about me? Do you know if he's someone like on circuit, on triathlon circuit?
Was that like when we went to go watch Frank Skinner and we had pictures with Frank Skinner and was talking to his support act?
Yeah.
But we didn't ask him for a picture.
To be fair, yeah, I didn't figure that. 'Cause he was funny as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? But we just got sort of just went, oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
How's things going? Are you enjoying touring with Frankie? I'm loving it.
We like Frank. We had a picture with him, not you, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you've said that. It's a bit actually we did that, didn't we?
It was a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, I saw Jonathan Brownlee.
You're much better at this stuff than I am. So I've seen Alistair and Johnny when I was in Leeds one day in one of the leisure centres, and literally they both walked past me as close as I am to you, and they just kind of looked and went, didn't dare ask for a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm rubbish at stuff like that. Remember the time when I saw Steve Bruce in the petrol station?
No.
Saw Steve Bruce when he was manager of Old City, the petrol station on, is it A63?
Yeah.
Pulled in there for some juice, went inside, Steve Bruce there. So I just sort of, obviously I'm a Man United fan, Steve Bruce, ex-Man United fan. I just looked at him and went, Steve Bruce, Man United legend.
And he went, yeah, I am. And walked out.
And then walked out.
Oh, man.
He'd got a massive bacon sandwich. He'd got 8 daily newspapers. Obviously, he was on his way to ground and that. And yeah, I'm rubbish, proper rubbish at stuff like that.
Oh, like I say, anything like that, I'll ask all the way. But I was proper starstruck when he ran across the road in front of me because I was like, oh my God. He was like, what's going on? And I was like, just stay here, threw keys at her, don't drive off. Whatever you do, don't drive off.
What was you thinking about giving it keys? What was your rationale with that?
Well, I wanted to take the keys out of the ignition, but then I didn't want to take the keys out of the ignition and me just run off and be like, what's going on? So it was sort of like to say, Ava, I'm coming back, don't worry, he's got keys.
If not, can you get someone to drive
Yeah. But yeah, so I left her in car.
Nice one.
But she was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Who's that? Who's that? What do you mean, who's that?"
Yeah.
Olympic grace for Yorkshire, that guy.
When you sent the picture through, I told Lexi and Andy. She says, "Oh, met Johnny Brownlee." Like, oh. It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is, because I did the same thing. So to go on to another thing I've done this weekend, I went to mum and dad's wedding anniversary. So we had like a big party. Recording this now, it was last night. So
50th wedding anniversary.
50 years.
Congratulations. That's a pretty impressive feat.
I'm surprised still together.
That one of them's not in jail.
Yeah, there's not been a murder. But yeah, so we was on bus going to there. So there was a bus laid on, so we could all get there, so we could have a nice drink and that. And I said, "Oh, yeah, guys, saw Jonathan Brownlee today." Everyone's like, "Who?" I was like, "Give yourselves a check. He's an Olympian, for Christ's sake.
A gold medalist."
Oh, yeah. The creme de, and I won't even mind, but he was at the last Olympics bringing home glory. Yeah. It's not as if he was with Alistair in Rio in 2012, in 2014, 2016. Get me years right.
If he was sat in that rowing boat with Steve Redgrave, they'd remembered him, wouldn't they?
Or was that Pinson? I was Pinson on it. Pinson and Redgrave.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, weren't there?
I don't know.
That's maybe why I don't
know. But I was like, come on, guys. And I don't know if it's where from the sport, I suppose.
We've done triathlons as well, haven't we? So
yeah. But if I saw Nicola Adams, I'd recognise Nicola Adams. Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to think I'd noticed quite a lot of sports people, I suppose. I'd recognise.
Yeah, I reckon so. But if they'd have said, "Oh, this is Bert Humperwickle, and he's a cross-country jockey," would you know who that was?
No, because they just made him up. Sounds made up, mate. I ain't gonna lie to you.
When you've said that to people at bus, they've gone, "Sounds like you've made him up."
Yeah, but Jonathan Brownlee, the household names Brownlee brothers, because of where they came from, what they did, and the humbleness of them. So. I'd say the massive household names.
Two athletes at the top of their game at the same time. There's not many other
brothers
siblings, is there? You know,
Klitschko's,
Williams sisters.
Yeah, we'll keep going, shall we?
Neville's.
The Neville trio, because
Tracy Neville as well.
Yeah, netball legend.
But that's it's very, very rare, isn't it?
The Fury brothers. Tommy Fury's an unbelievable boxer.
Shut up.
And Love Island superstar.
It's not a boxing podcast. This.
Every week we come back to a boxing thing.
Every week there's a boxing slip on.
Yeah.
So how was it? How was the do?
It was good. Yeah, it was a really good laugh. It was a good crack. It was nice to see family and friends, and it was nice to have people like family around. It sounds strange, but we weren't there because someone's passed away. Just recently, every do we've had, because obviously my mum's family are from like the Derbyshire area, and then my dad's got enough. He's like the last in his line, really, my dad. So there's no one on that side of family. But it was nice to be with family for a joyous occasion for once, not a doom and gloom.
Yeah, because that generally as it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's for us, do you know what I mean? Because we live so far away.
Yeah, nobody ever just goes, "Let's just get together."
Yeah.
Let's just once a year just try and get together.
But, yeah, so it was, like I said, it was nice to see family and friends and stuff. It was good. It was nice to celebrate mum and dad's 50 years.
I mean, 50 years. Let's. I mean, I've got a big round of applause on that. 50 years is pretty impressive. You're not far behind, are you? What are you, 10 years now?
I've done 10, yeah.
I've done 10.
I've done 10.
Well done. Another round of applause.
To be fair, I can't believe it lasted 10.
Well done for that. I'll get that spare room made up for you.
I was thinking more she's both with me, never mind, me both there.
Yeah, that's not what your eyes said.
I don't mean love, I don't mean it.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, so like I say, it's been a hectic week. I had to do a speech as well. God, I was nervous about that. I've no issues with speaking to people if I know what I'm talking about. So I'll stand up and do a first aid at work course. I'll do a bull plan. I'll teach lifeguards.
Classes, you teach classes?
Yeah, I teach exercise classes. So it's not that I'm scared to stand in front of people and open my mush. It's when there's like, it's all eyes on you and it's got to be right. There's no, I mean, I'll do an exercise class and go, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
Not what I'm talking
I think
about.
the thing is as well, like, it's like being a best man. When you do your best man speech, it's literally what everybody's waiting for.
Yeah.
You get the ceremony over with, boom, right, now let's have a listen to this best man speech. If it's crap, that's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, innit? And
yeah,
it shouldn't be like that. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I was bricking it going into it. Didn't stop me eating my dinner, like. Most people say that, like, like when they're waiting for a speech, so it puts them off the food, doesn't it? And they eat the food and stuff and that sort of thing. Didn't stop me.
No, of course it didn't.
I had 2 courses. I had two Platefuls? I don't know. I had mine on Noah's.
That's standard, isn't it now?
Yeah.
That's why he was invited, so you could have his food.
Definitely. Yeah, speaking of Noah, the boy only made £25 in a night. So the kid left the house with no money in his pocket, got home with £25 in his pocket.
He was robbing purses.
Hustling. He was hustling all night. So Becky brought, for you guys who know that, Becky's my sister.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when I feel like it. So she brought Noughts and Crosses, like a game of Noughts and Crosses. So the kid started going around and challenging people to Noughts and Crosses for a £5 a game. The kid was 25 quid up by the time we left.
Oh, nice.
So hustling.
That is proper hustling, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if he'd have lost his first game?
Then it'd have been, Dad, can I borrow £5? Well, actually, the first game, my dad, when he played with Dad for the first game, I think, and he lost, and he went double or nothing. So they played him again, then obviously beat him, and then off he went. Which I think my dad didn't understand the concept of double or nothing, because it's meant to be walking away even, isn't it? But my dad gave him £5 and off he went.
We know where he gets this from, because weren't you hustling at Becky's wedding?
Yeah, I did well at that wedding as well. With card tricks.
If only I had a skill where I could do that.
Yeah. That's the next thing. I'll teach him some card tricks and they can proper hustle with card tricks. But yeah. So, yeah, I've had a really good weekend. What about yourself?
Yeah, it's been a good weekend as well. I've had the girls here this weekend, and Ellie was down on Saturday.
Oh, very nice.
She was down Friday night for a family party, so we went out and had breakfast together on Saturday.
Nice.
Which was good. It's always nice to catch up. It's always nice to win all four of us together. So that was good. Then yeah, just had a busy weekend. So Andy played in a netball kind of tournament this weekend, which was just brilliant. Yeah, and it's kind of nice to see him. It's nice to see him. There were some proper little ones there, like proper little kids playing netball.
To a point where I'm like 3 or 4, like 3 or 4 year old, or
I would say maybe 5 or 6.
Right.
But bear in mind, Andy's 9.
Yeah.
And I just think it's great. I think the little kids there, I think it was fantastic. And another club came down from Hull, so they travelled all the way with probably 16, 17 kids.
Oh wow, that's good. Good participation.
Yeah, so it was really good. So that was nice to see. Nice for her to do that. There is something that happened this weekend that I was debating whether I was going to tell you, and you'll realise.
Oh no!
So you've obviously heard the phrase "nothing more comfortable than an old pair of pants."
Not really, but
I think I've maybe just invented that, but maybe an old pair of slippers. But you know, like your undies.
Yeah.
For me, I can't remember the last time I bought some undies because I'm like, yeah, just like these. They're just comfy. They just fit. They've like moulded everywhere at the need to mould. You know, they come out of washing machines still shaped in my body.
It's a little shape it's got to carry in there.
Well, so I thought, no, I need some new pants. So I'm looking online at some new pants.
Is it exciting? Yeah.
No, because all I'm thinking, so I'm looking through and going, right, yeah, and then you sort of swiping along, aren't you? And then zoom in to see what it says on on the elastic.
Zoom in, eh?
And I'm like, oh. I'm like, all I'm looking at here is just bullshit. But I've been looking for about 20 minutes before I,
Why am I looking at you?
So I didn't buy any.
Didn't you?
No, so as soon as that...
20 minutes looking at a bar, I haven't now and I need it. I've got my fix.
As soon as that had sort of triggered in my mind, I thought, what am I looking at here? I'm like, switch this straight off.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't shop for undies online. I pretty much go to the shop and go, yep, I'll have them, they'll do.
Yeah, I was trying to cut that bit out. I'm thinking, I'll just get some ordered, get them posted. Yeah. That's absolutely fine. First time I've ever done it, I've always, like you, just gone to the shop and done it, but I thought, it just saves a drive out. Because as well, I'm not just going to go for pants. I'm going to go spend more money doing other stuff, which I don't really want to do. So let's just get them. And my eyes hurt.
Are you throwing this out there in case someone looks at your search history? Actually, I was just looking for underwear.
Yeah, it's not even like there was on models. What do you call like mannequins, yeah. Like,
there's on like real people.
Yeah, real people.
Yeah. Were you thinking, my balls look as big as that?
When they come through off the door, I was saying,
yes, disclaimer going, On the picture, the gentleman's bulge looked way bigger than mine does.
Yeah, and I wonder this. I mean, I've opened this up, so they're not just telling me that this is just me. There must be other people doing this as well. I think, do women do this as well?
What?
Like when they're looking for bras and that.
What, look at boobs and
Well,
go,
obviously there's boobage in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's not a bra then, that's a t-shirt. Or a vest.
but do they think the same thing? They're going, or can they get away from looking
past it?
They go, oh, that's a nice bra. Again, I sound like somebody that's never left the house, but a cup, a strap. I don't know. I don't shop for bras. I don't know.
You sure? You know the lingo very well.
So I'm just hoping that one person out there will just come back and just go, I'll remain anonymous, just so you know I'm in the same boat. I've looked for underpants online and thought, why am I looking at crotches?
Yeah, the whole reason why I don't look online for my underwear is because I'm looking at crotches. End of.
Yeah, so that was a pretty dangerous 25 minutes.
Delete search history, yeah.
I've burnt my phone.
Snapped it in half. I've had enough. Sounds like you've had an interesting week then, you perv.
Pretty much, yeah. I kind of just wanted to get that. There must be other things as well that we do that we don't 100% want to fully admit to.
Easy.
Which I'm not going to do that today. This is not an open forum just to start.
You please don't. I'm not the right person to talk to because they saw things. Don't talk to me about them.
No, you're exactly right. And the thing is, I sort of pondered on telling you this because I know full well this ain't going to be the thing. I know full well that tomorrow or later on in the week, I'll get a WhatsApp and it'll just be photographed of like underpants and you just randomly send me.
Didn't think of that, but I am now.
Thanks, man. So yeah, that's my story. I feel like I've got that off my chest.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So when it comes to like my funeral and you're doing a speech at my funeral, yeah. There's a story for you.
I'm not a speech connoisseur anymore.
That's not what I heard.
I don't think I've got to do a speech for nothing. I don't think I'm done now for a while.
We'll see. Should we go fact? So your turn for me, and I'm pretty. Out the first 2-3 weeks, you've got your two right.
Right. So facts.
Facts.
I'm loving this section because it's actually right up my street.
Facts.
You need to send a fax.
Yeah.
That sounds like facts.
Noise it used to make them.
Yeah. We used to have a fax machine in the office and used to do maiden because we had a number for the main line and the fax machine line. If they didn't answer the phone, you're like, down your ear, you're like, God, someone pick up the bloody phone.
Or somebody ring the fax machine number.
Yeah.
Trying to get through.
But fax was like, I thought we used to always get, like, every morning, you'd get, like, a fax that come through. And it was just like an email. Like, would you like to buy some inkjets? You just get them coming through randomly. It's like pre-age, like, email spam.
Yeah. You get emails through from somebody in, like, Papua New Guinea going, oh, I've got $57 million and I'm looking for someone to give it to. Would you like it? But in really broken English.
Yeah.
Used to get them through faxes.
Did you?
Yeah. It's just that technology's moved on.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Now I get them on emails.
Yeah. Fun game. Right, gives you
Fax, yeah. So
I hope it's about a fax machine.
It's not, unfortunately, but I will find you one for next week about a fax machine.
Oh,
that's my take. Right. So 2 facts I've got for you, right? So the meat called sirloin steak gets its name because once a drunk king enjoyed his loin steak so much he knighted it, therefore it's called a sirloin steak.
Go on, give us your second one.
Fact 2, the remains of the inventor of the Pringles, who invented the can shape, because it was better for stacking, his ashes are inside a Pringles can.
So I've got to find which one's the fake.
Yeah, which one's real, whichever. So we've got a sirloin steak is named sirloin because a king once got drunk and enjoyed his steak that much, he knighted it, therefore the loin steak, or that type of steak it was therefore known as a sirloin steak. And the remains of the inventor of a Pringles can are now in a Pringles can because he's so renowned for inventing it.
Right, I'm going to go fake. We've all done strange stuff when we've been drunk. So knighting a bit of meat. I mean, I've knighted meat. Been drunk.
What a sword you've got.
So I'm going to go the Pringles one's fake.
The Pringle one's fake.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying
you're saying Pringle one's fake. Wrong.
Ah, no!
The guy who invented the Pringles can, he was so proud of his invention, he said he wanted to bury it, well, he wanted his ashes to be put into a Pringle can, then buried in the earth, which has actually happened.
What flavour can did it go in?
I have no idea, I didn't give that fact, but probably regular.
Boring.
But yeah, so sirloin is actually a French word. And I think it's to do like, I think sirloin means like a type of cut, but it's a French word, sirloin. Sounds good though, doesn't it? Sirloin. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's quality.
Yeah.
Is it now you think about it? Like, you do it the other way around.
Well, now I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just disappointed that I've got 2 wrong and you've got 2 right.
It's because I got some good facts that I could be either or. Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Catastrophically bad at this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back with one for you for next week, though. You're not going to get.
I think you've got to make them both, that the both could be believable.
I genuinely think they both are.
No, what did you have last week? Something like about camel could lick its toe or something.
Yeah, and that's true. Because camels have got massive tongue. Tongue. Right, give us your plonker of the pod.
So, my plonker of the pod this week is the one and only Peter Bottomley.
Ooh, I have no idea who Peter Bottomley is.
So, Peter Bottomley is a Conservative MP.
Oh, we've gone political.
So,
this is only episode 4 of season 2. We've hit politics.
But this guy frustrated me to the max.
Right.
So, Peter Bottomley is actually Sir Peter Bottomley. So he's actually a man of the round table. He's one of the Queen's people. So he has spoken out on the grim struggles of living as an MP on a salary of 81,932 pence. He came out with this saying that MPs aren't paid enough and should be paid the same as a GP, which is anywhere between 100,000 and 110,000, saying it's an outrage that an MP should have to struggle on this wage in the same week that the universal credit had a cut to the most vulnerable people. This guy is an absolute loon.
Right. Controversial response.
Before you say though, for me, as an MP, you're the man of the people, if that makes sense. If this guy feels he don't get paid enough, I'm sure there'll be someone out there that'll take his bloody place and do a very good job in the same thing. So shut up and get on with it.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was, I genuinely think that for high-powered jobs, you need high-powered people. If you want good people to be doing good jobs and you want them to do a good job, you've got to pay them what they're worth. So I'm not saying him saying that. You know, what I'm saying is he's probably partially right. If he thinks he's worth more, prove that you're worth more. That's what I would say. But man, on the same week that's come out, and they're the type of things you just don't put out in the public domain.
No.
If you think that you're genuinely worth more than that, right, do something about it then, or leave that post.
Yeah.
If that's a post that you're not getting financially rewarded for, then excuse me, go somewhere else. But don't say it when you're on 80 odd grand a week, 80 odd grand a year, and there's people that are on, like say, struggling.
Yeah.
You know, we struggled throughout the summer and last year to make sure kids are fed.
Yeah.
Good golly.
So, I mean, one of his things was he is struggling to live from paycheck to whatever. So that's someone who's an £81,000 living way beyond their means of what they're doing.
Yeah, this is where somebody like that needs to come and live in the real world.
Exactly.
What I would consider the real world.
So he's on 81,000 a year, thinking he's been. I completely agree. If what you're doing is not financially viable of what your return for or what you should be paid for that job, okay, that's different. But him saying he can't survive on 81,000, he can't live on £81,000 a year. Yet the average wage in the UK is 31,000. That's a shortfall of nearly £50,000. He's getting more than the average Joe. Wake up.
Yeah, this is again where I don't want to get too political, but you're exactly right. They need to represent the people. They need to represent the people in their constituency. That if someone's got an issue, they go to them, their MP or whatever it is. So don't disengage yourself that much by basically going, I'm on 80 grand, you're struggling on 12 grand a year on handouts and food banks and payday loans and stuff like that. Don't disengage yourself that far away and go, oh yeah, I can only afford 80, so I can only have salmon 3 times a week.
My Rolls Royce can only be filled up once a month.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, my apartment overlooking the Thames.
Yeah.
They're the type of things you've got to seriously consider, aren't you? And go, right, yeah, obviously my outgoings are way too much. Do I need this luxury apartment? How many cars have I got? Absolute. I mean, that's proper plonker podness, isn't it?
When I saw it, I was like, have a word. Someone needs to whisper his ear and go, wow, there's shit going on in the world right now. There's people on furlough about to lose their jobs. I mean, we're going to see the biggest job loss. It's inside the miners or whatever they were saying the other day, because the people aren't skilled enough to get back into real world jobs. There's been this problem where we've had 18 months of people sat doing nothing, but there haven't been opportunities or the investment. The investment's been there to protect people's jobs, which is right, but actually the skilling of people's jobs for when the jobs disappear has not been there. So there should have been a great opportunity that, okay, they've got this furlough scheme going. The likelihood is a lot of these people would never have gone back to work because the industry's got to start from a base and climb again. We're not going to go from pre-pandemic, jobs are good and the industry's booming, to slowly start re-engaging the economy to everyone going, yeah, I'm back to my job. I mean,
everything's back to normal.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So there should have been some sort of incentive or engagement where we retrained a lot of people. Hence the problems got with the HGV drivers. I'm not being funny, but there could have been massive people who could have been in the last 18 months doing that skilled job. I know there's restrictions under COVID that they potentially couldn't be all doing this job, but I think we've shot ourselves in the foot by not reinvesting in people, knowing that at some point there's going to be a point where
it's going to be a shortfall.
Yeah,
we've hit a proper lull, haven't we? And it's going to take a while to
catch back up,
to get out of that. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, people like that. I mean, that goes. There's a few people I've seen recently that have been close to making my plonker of the pod, because they say things that I just think, man, do you not understand how social media works nowadays? Everything's plus, not this guy, but things get misconstrued in media as well. Things are cut out and changed and edited and stuff, and you just don't say stupid.
I mean, for 1 second, he might be on about something completely different, but the way it was portrayed to me was this guy was saying he couldn't survive on £81,000 a year. So I'm going plonker. If the guy wants to come around and say, look, Leon, you've been misinformed, what I was actually saying was...
We'll get him on as a guest.
I don't want him on as a guest,
because
I'll just headbutt him or something. I've been such a douche.
And you'll be well within your rights.
I just can't have people who think they're better than other people, and then when they live beyond their means, then go, oh, what about me? What do you mean, what about me? If you'd been more savvy or more shrewd or, live, along the... I don't know.
I'm a big believer as well, is don't listen to wind and be surprised that your feet are wet.
Exactly. That is a very good analogy.
And if you're not going to change what you're doing, don't moan about it.
Yeah.
So
his shoes are absolutely soaking in piss.
Absolutely dripping. And he deserves it. I hope he gets... I'm not sure I am. Oh, so we didn't quite get that. Yeah, right.
Who's your plonker of the pod then?
My plonker of the pod's slightly less controversial, but just for being an absolute plonker. And I was conscious that I've just moaned for the last few weeks. So this one this week is, I believe it's Sir Andy Murray.
Oh, he is Sir.
The tennis...
Before going any further, I love you, Andy. Not you, other Andy.
I'm definitely editing that.
I can't believe it.
That could be up next week's intro.
Oh, what am I doing?
So, yeah, I believe that Andy Murray this week lost his wedding ring.
Did he really?
Have you not seen this?
No.
So, I get, obviously he plays tennis.
I thought he'd lost his shoes.
Well, he plays tennis. He's always had to take his ring off because it maybe affects how he holds the racket or whatever. I don't know. So what he'd done was tied it to his shoelace.
Oh, my God.
So he tied it to his shoelace.
What, while he plays
No.
I could say, like a
spare set of tennis sneaks. But then when he'd gone home, I think, he'd put these trainers underneath his car. Why did you put your trainers underneath your car? Well, I presume they'd be pretty stinky. But it just seems a really weird place to put your trainers.
This sounds like a real elaborate that. He was in a nightclub, took his ring off, and he's been caught out, and he's gone, yeah, I put it under the car with my shoes when I'm playing tennis. Look, Andy, you've been caught out.
That'll be, front page Sunday papers next week. Yeah, so basically, and then somebody nicked his trainers. And obviously taken his wedding ring as well. Oh. He has managed to get them back. I mean, I don't know if he's had to pay a fair bit of money as a reward or whatever. But why is somebody snooping under his car for his trainers?
That'd be a tabloid person.
Yeah, absolutely. And B, surely you've got a better. You've not got a little zip pocket in them shorts.
Well, and he got people around him, like his coach, to go, here, gaffer, just hold on to that, please. Surely there's people around him that are...
Not in a nightclub.
Yeah, exactly. In a secret nightclub, there's no one around. I'll pass him short. No, but surely he has his coach goes to his match. If his coaching goes to his match, Andy, you need a new coach because you need someone there to coach you along.
Yeah.
Can't you hold it? Does not trust him, isn't there?
I mean, if he wants to employ me to just travel around the world with him,
I will hold his red wing.
I will
wing.
I will, take care of his ring.
Here he goes. He's been bearing on underpass. Now he's looking after Andy Murray's ring.
I'll look after your wedding ring, Andy.
Yeah, that's what a weird. Because I'd heard he'd lost his trainers, but I didn't hear he'd lost his.
Yeah,
ring.
he tied his ring to his trainers.
Well, I said earlier, I'd heard the end product where someone said, "Oh, he's now found his trainers." I was thinking, well done, he's found his trainers.
He must be able to get another pair of trainers. I mean, he's not that hard up, is he?
Because it was like a big story. It's like, oh, and Andy Murray's now found his trainers. I was like, oh, fantastic. These are like Air Force Ones or something.
He'd not come out in press and gone, oh, God, I'm struggling to find a new pair of trainers.
Because we'll give mine back, please.
Yeah, what's my sponsorship deal?
But like wedding ring, right? So if most people who, like, let's say they're welders or they're joiners, so they have to remove the rings. What those normal people do is leave the ring at home. So he's obviously gone home, put his shoes under his car, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying he's gone home. That's what I'm presuming has happened. I presume he's not gone to a hotel and just gone, I'll just stick the trainers underneath my car. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously they travel around or into like them big trailers and stuff. He'd gone back to where he was staying and just put his trainers under his car. So, presumably.
But I would leave my ring there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that surprises me. And
I mean, surely Judy must have been somewhere around.
Exactly, yeah. I can't believe someone wasn't there to look after his ring for him and polish it.
On that note,
we move
on. We've got a pretty special surprise next week that I'm not going to relay just yet what we're going to do, but it's pretty intense. So I would absolutely make sure you tune in for us next week.
Next week.
I don't know how this works, but we've got something special coming up. We have got some guests coming up. Please, as always, just share the pod. Get other people to listen to it. Just download it on their phone. Don't go through the search history. Just straight download and make sure they listen to it. And yeah, well, if you like it, if you don't, then just download it on somebody's phone that you don't like.
Yeah,
and make them listen to it.
What I'd always say is, if you don't like it, just support it by downloading it. Just put the volume down to 0, and then you don't have to pay it, but we still get the listen.
Yeah, and we don't get paid for listening, but it makes us feel nice, doesn't it?
I think that's what it is.
It makes us feel warm and cuddly inside.
Yeah. We should not turn down those paid sponsors.
Yeah,
I think it was big time, weren't we?
Yeah.
When it came knocking, I was like, no, we don't need this.
Yeah,
we don't need it for the glory.
We don't need £500,000 each a week. We'll just carry on. We'll hold out for the big numbers.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been a good one. I will see you next Thursday. Have fun.
You too.
Keep yourself smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.